Y'all bear with me just a second. Don't nobody get seasick. Is that better? Who all we got in here? We got Geeky, Preacher, F&P Farms, and Jeff Sanderson, I think. How's everybody doing? Hey, Warren. She's on the way. And we went from 7 to none, to 4, to 3, to 5.
Hey, y'all. There we go. How are y'all doing?
Okay, fill us in on what's been going on with everybody. I think we skipped a couple of weeks. Oh, we got Patchy Heaven. And as y'all know, the comments are a little hard for us to read. We actually got something we want to talk about now. Hold on, I need to clean this screen. I normally do this before the live, but I didn't remember to do it. Is that any better? There's been a subject, hey, Mid and Heels, brought up a couple times up here today about food shortages. Apparently they're starting to show up. There's things you can't get. Of course, I think they've been going on for the last year, but apparently the guy that owns the local grocery stores started telling people that meat may be in short supply. He's got 100,000 bikers in town.
Daytona?
You know, Geeky, you told me what town you live in so many times, I'm ashamed to tell you I don't remember. But a lot of people getting worried about food shortages. And, you know, we've said this before, Facebook don't help and all the panic and stuff people put on Facebook. Daytona Beach.
No, go. Really don't need you in my life.
I don't know how many people have called me today or stopped by here worried about trying to get a pig or get a pig raised or something, worried about a meat shortage.
That's what I said. Didn't I say Daytona?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought.
Well, you might have had some prior information.
Oh, no, I just...
Well, y'all tell me what y'all think about that situation and what do you think is going to happen. Patch Heaven is doing good for what it is. It'll do about 300 pounds an hour. We found out today you can't run it off a lot of drop cord. Need to keep the drop cord at a 10 gauge and probably 25 feet or the motor will heat up. And I bet it's better about some things. It'll grind smaller grain, and I built a stand for it. We'll show you that in a video tomorrow. I built a stand and put a switch on it.
Okay. Maybe we're safe.
Jason Olsen said they keep a supply of food.
Jesse.
I can't see that far. What'd I say?
Jason.
Oh, there's Jesse in it. Yeah, I think we are too, Warren. Hey, Preacher. Yeah, we keep supply too, Geeky. Well, Carl, I don't know. Farmers are still farming. They're still grain. I don't know. A lot of the grain is raised for livestock feed, and the grain is raised for human consumption. I think what people don't get is it's not a farm production problem, it's a processing problem. It's getting it from the farmer to the consumer through the middlemen through the factories.
Quit tearing stuff up.
Oh, that's all right, preacher. We did too. Hey, High
Sorry,
Desert.
y'all. I've been corralling dogs, dude. We got one between me and him that's still
So,
has
Carl, I don't
legs.
think there'll be a feed shortage, but I
And the
think you're
other
going
one
to pay
keeps
for it.
attacking my hand behind the chair.
That's one of the reasons why we panicked so bad when our feed meal conked out. I know meat's going to be short, preacher. I know meat's going to be short. It's common sense um, of no production. The livestock didn't get produced. Now, grain is being produced, but the livestock got destroyed. Best life has a little bit of that too. Um, hey, Amber Gates. A little bit was panic buying, like the toilet paper stuff was panic buying. Ammunition, I think, is panic buying. Some of the canned goods, I think, is panic buying. Mike said beef is definitely cheaper pushing from the farmer to the butcher. Yeah, well, it's got to go through a packing plant for the average consumer. A farmer's got to sell the cow. It's got to go to a feedlot. Then it's got to go be packaged. And where to break in the chain is nobody's working at the packing plants. That's why the hog companies went out of business. That's why the turkey companies and chicken companies stopped production, was the processor. There was nobody working at the processor. So you raise an animal, can't get it processed. Commercial agriculture is not like us. We can't just keep feeding the same pigs and eventually we'll get them to the butcher shop. They have more pigs coming in behind them. It messes up the whole rotation, nowhere to put them, and they end up destroying them and burying them. And they were destroying sows and the egg-laying chickens that were going to the hatchery because they had to break the chain, and that's what they had to do. Hey, Andy. So I know meat's going to be short. There's no way it's not going to be. Because it never got raised. And a lot of the companies are out of business. A lot of the hog raising companies are gone. They're no longer with us. Their animals got gassed, buried, and they're done. Some of the biggest ones in the country. Well, free America, that's the way it was with us too. We're no longer going to sell. We're not even going to raise cows. We're going to buy feeder calves and sell beef. We're not even going to mess with trying to keep brood cows. That's what I keep hearing, Geeky. That's what I keep hearing. Well, what we run into best life for processing is, like a cow, like a deer. You can't just hang him up in the yard and dress him. You got to have something to do with him. And if it's too hot while you're trying to do it, you'll lose it. That's why we don't kill pigs at home anymore. It takes about 4 days of good cold weather to be able to do the hog killing, and you don't get it consistently, don't get it anymore. And then we don't have enough cold weather to cure the meat.
Depends on what kind of meat you're getting. Some beef is up to like $16 a pound. It just depends.
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Don't let him tear up the world over there.
What is he doing?
I don't know what he was tearing up, but I could hear it a minute ago. He's in his destructive phase.
Well, I hope you don't, Midden Hills. I hope you don't have any,
Midden Hill, you don't have a certain president either.
Nah. We don't talk about that stuff. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Bruce. That every little bit helps. That's right, free America hog killing weather. That's right, High Desert. People don't understand what it's like to dress a cow. The last cow we dressed here was the last cow I ever intended to dress here.
Bruce, how did you do your turkey meat? They did pints, 12 pints of turkey meat.
Well, I think if you like mutton or if you like goat, They're they're pretty good. There's a reason they were popular, more popular in the world than cows for meat for so many years. But Mid Hills, it's okay for what it is. For a small outfit, it would be fine. It's a little bit too small for us, but I knew it would be. Uh, but
Just ahead of
it's
Shepherd's Homestead, they sent a bunch of smiley faces.
oh Shepherd's Homestead. I'm sorry. Look, if I ignore you, it's not on purpose. We don't do that. Yeah, best life. We cannot have cool enough weather to handle meat. The High Desert Ranch, I tell you what, the last guy we had come out here and dress a cow for us. He had a gas powered, like a chainsaw. You know, it's an acquired taste, High Desert. People that eat mutton love it and lamb, but people have never had it. I can't get by the past the fact you ain't supposed to cook it done. You ain't supposed to cook lamb done. And like goat, a lot of people
Never
won't eat
had
goat.
Never had goat.
I don't mind goat. I don't
Never
mind
had
venison.
sheep. Hey, Little Creek.
But you know, High Desert, a bandsaw is a really nice thing to have. Preacher, I tell you how to do it. You dress a sheep and a goat pretty much just like a. It's when you go to cutting steaks out in certain cuts that I. But if you just want him in quarters, in the major, what they call them, we watched the thing about being a butcher. They're primals. I can go from a sheep walking to a sheep in quarters in just about I don't know less than 5 minutes. Bruce tell you had a can raw packed with chicken broth. That's right, Andy.
Oh, we don't have a pressure canner. Everybody says you have pressure can meat. We did meat one time. We did Brunswick stew. It didn't turn out.
Well, I think we figured out what it was. My grandmama used to water bath can everything, gravy, ground meat, soup, but she knew how to do it. I used to dress deer for people. That used to be part of what I did for a living. Back when I done everything anybody in the world paid me to do, I get off at 9 o'clock at night and then dress deer till midnight, so I can clean a deer and a goat or a sheep because I dress goat and sheep too.
Old mechanic.
Oh, I missed somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, old mechanic. I was gonna get up and do something. I forgot what it was, but talk to everybody. Keep me
Apparently
posted.
not important.
No, it was important. I just forgot what it was.
Well, don't fall. I don't know what he was doing. Come. I don't like you up here on the table, but still. I was going to get a piece of
I was just trying to figure out why we ain't got any donuts.
Donuts?
Yeah.
Because you don't get donuts anymore?
Well, that looks like a box of Krispy Kreme donuts. And it worked every time I see it.
They were selling the coupons at work today. Some kid was doing some kind of fundraiser for middle school. I thought about it. No! Don't give that to your dog.
I'll be right back, y'all. Bear with me. I'm on the table.
Yeah. Dogs, adult children. It's entertaining. How's everybody doing? Let's see who we missed. Cutaways, 3 Farm. Hey, how you doing? Jim. We got some rain, but not much. Jerry Riggs. Hey, how you doing? Let's see who else do we sneak in on us. Oh, I'm sure. Never take it. At least today. The puppy just followed him outside. and then he's gonna make me go get him back in because he's hard-headed now. Hey, Copper Kettle Farms. Oh, I bet it's starting to get cold. It's actually dropped down in the 50s this week here, so that's kind of cold for us. Aw, Amber's had 2 gilts become sows. School is school. We're doing our first report cards this coming up Friday. We've been working on grades, not quite finished, almost there. We just finished into the first 9 weeks testing. It wasn't the test, it was the way we tested, so I'm not sure how accurate those numbers are going to be. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, we got a bunch of comments that I've missed. Sorry, guys, hold on. Let me get caught up on these compliments. We got a nice little seafood restaurant that's not far from us. It's pretty popular. People come all the way here from the beach and like it better. Then we've got like Bojangles, and if you go to the next town over, there's a bunch of different little restaurants and stuff. And depends on which way you go. We got all the little drive-throughs too. 10 inches of snow? Where are you at? Best life. I don't want to go there. Sorry. 10 inches of snow in October. And today's the 15th. It's barely the middle of October. Two puppies. What kind of puppies did you get, Jim?
Come on, Eli. Come on.
Now, the 50-degree nights are kind of nice, but when you get up in the morning and you're going to work and it's still dark and it's 50 degrees, it's not as fun. I like being able to get under the blanket at night, but the mornings is not the greatest. They're going to trade us their 70-degree nights for our 50-degree nights.
Who is?
Bruce.
What all them is?
Somebody got, let's see, let me go back up. There was a lot of conversation while you were gone. 10 inches of snow 2 days ago. The best life. No, we don't burn wood. We've got electric heat.
What was Preacher talking about the pressure can? Apparently you water bath can anything if you do it right. I talked to one of my aunts the other day, and she's a grandchild 100 years old. Said he used to pressure water bath can everything, and she said you can in the oven somehow.
We do too. Free America, North Alabama, they shut down if they get half inch of snow. Well, if we get a half inch of snow, we're gonna get 3 inches of ice on top of it.
Preacher, $150 an hour is probably about as normal around here.
Oh, Preacher got 2 puppies when he went out of town. He came back, his wife had got 2 puppies. They're Bulldog and German Shepherd.
Lucky D Farm, they sound new.
Both ladies.
And I'm sorry, I had to go shut the shop up. I had some tools out. But y'all were talking about the
Oh, Warren, how are you feeling now? How are you doing?
y'all were talking about that grinder. I built a stand for it yesterday, put a switch on it. And it needed that. And for a small outfit, if you're just feeding out a few pigs or feeding poultry, it would be fine.
Kiki's still in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, he's in Florida.
Preacher said, Chris, do you believe $150 an hour to clear brush with a tractor hoe is a good price? See, told you, good money.
Oh, well, I don't know if he's talking about what one of those hand level clearing things on. Me and Hills, yeah, this we do run a lot of crossbreed stuff, but the stereotypical way of doing it is you've got to breed something full-blooded back in it occasionally. You know, this year, you start out with, really to have crossbreeds, you got to have some full-blooded stuff to crossbreed.
Did you catch Midden Hills?
No, because if I don't see them right when they come up,
Alright,
something
well
about
you
pig
missed
breed.
a lot while you were on, and I'm just now catching up. We need to have a good old conversation on your pig breed video. One of the biggest issues we are having up here is too much crossbreeding, lost lines, hard to trust the bloodlines here now.
That ain't just you. That's
I'm
everybody
glad to hear
everywhere.
that, Warren.
That's everybody everywhere.
Warren's feeling better.
Jerry Riggs, I didn't know you were in here. But have a good night. I'm sorry I had to go shut the shop up and everything. But yeah, you're right.
Good night, Jerry. Ooh, my watch is in
Well, that's what they do here too, Mid Hills. Whatever it looks like, it's full blooded. Um, and like Andy's talking about, me and him talking about that. There's DNA tested full blooded hogs. Some of mine are DNA tested. And what I just love is when they show a white pig nursing a litter of Hampshire looking pigs or something, talk about their do-rogs. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of money in, we're popular in Alabama, preacher. Yeah, maybe you get this way soon, Kincaid.
Geeky's pain on his back getting better. That's why he kept that bite.
Oh, well, I don't do the bicycle thing. I try to do things. But yeah, we're gonna do several videos on pig breeding, crosses, purebred. The one thing I do tell people, if you just look at meat pigs, and that's all you're gonna do is eat them, that as long as they'll grow,
Amber, where are you located?
don't get hung up too hard on breed.
She said to drive 9 hours one way to get new bloodlines. Wait a minute, no, that's...
Amber Gates.
Is that Happy Quack?
No,
I didn't
I
think
don't
so.
think so. I don't know what Amber's last name is, to be honest with you.
Colorado. Oh, well, we're probably more than 9 hours from you. I was like, see, you could always make a trip over here.
Lucky D, those Gloucesters are pretty decent. They're okay pigs. They're a very old breed. There's some things I like about them, some things I don't like about them. But they are not the famous spot. They are not the spot pig that that was a spotted pole in China. That was the famous spot that everybody raised. Not the Gloucesters.
To tag somebody, you put the little @ symbol and then you put their name. And most of the time, once you start typing their name, it will pop up for you.
And the closest thing you can get to a spot now is what they call high percentage. You can't get a I don't know how the internet works either, Mike. I don't have a clue.
And speaking of driving, when are you coming to North Carolina?
Well, Jim, I don't know what to tell you on that. I will tell you if you can't run fast enough to give me a 165 or 175. I will tell you that. The steering on is too hinky, the power steering pumps go out too much, it costs too much, the brake actuators are stupid expensive. But 135, especially diesel, worst thing you have to do is put an injection pump on it. I know I have given people the advice before not to, if they had a choice between a gas burner and a diesel, to get the gas burner. And I stand beside that. I believe that with all my heart. Especially if your finances are limited, because the gas burner is cheaper to keep up. And I see too many diesel tractors that need a $1,500 injection pump that'll never get fixed. They tell us, so we're going to wait till we get our tax return. Then when they get the tax return, they need a new refrigerator or something. It never gets fixed. Oh yeah, preacher, used to that was all he made. You ain't gonna buy a new one. I don't know. They probably do. Well, make gas nowadays is probably gonna be like a 2-cylinder normal motor. Oh, Fritchie, we'd be glad to I thought the 135 was diesel. I can't remember, Jim. I thought the 135 was diesel, had a 152 in it. No, it didn't, Black Sheep. And we could never make it happen. We could get them
Hey,
shipped, but
Ricky.
it was, yes, we are, Mike. And we could get them shipped, you couldn't afford it. That'd have been the most,
Expensive.
oh, I don't know that I'd buy that, Jim. Headline work. Well, that was a lot of money for them, that's all I'll say. I know stuff costs more everywhere else. I know where at mess is cheap. But that was still a lot of money. I ain't gonna tell you not to do it, because like I said, it may be worth it there, but well, they're kind of expensive here, preacher. And it's not a 4 foot. What you need is a 28 blade, I think, or 20 blade. Maybe it's a 20 blade. Yeah, maybe it did say diesel in the picture, Jim. Hey, Eric.
Hey,
Hey, Luigi.
Luigi.
No, we got you got 30 minutes today, or maybe longer. We always say we're gonna get off at 10:30, but we never do. You know, the long Southern goodbye. We start saying good night to everybody at 10:30 and get off here about 11. That normally works. But yeah, I got the old gas tractors because the fact you can afford to keep them up. Just about anybody can scrounge up $30 for a carburetor kit and $24 for a set of points. And if you don't run them hot too often, that's about all you ever have to do to it. They're not as dependable. You have to rebuild that carburetor occasionally. You have to put a set of points in it. Hey, Michael. A disc harrow has the circles, the disc. And a cultivator can have anything from just a chisel to like an airhead looking plow to a rolling cultivator, which has like stars and a bank. There'll be like 4 of them together. It's called a rolling cultivator. All cultivate basically means is tearing the ground up, tears the dirt up. You got a disc harrow and a time harrow that, the disc cuts the ground up, time harrow rips it up. And then you got cultivators like Pittsburgh cultivators and time cultivators. One's got a disc and one's got points.
Yeah, but I mean, disking it up and ripping it up, why would you need 2 different?
You'll get there, preacher. You'll get there. We probably ought to do more videos on actual, which now that we're tending 2 acres here, we'll try to do some more next year. We got rid of the brood cows and made the truck garden 4 times bigger. So we'll be able to do more videos on cultivating and plowing and disking. And we call cultivating plowing. When you hear me say plowing, most of the time, I'm talking about cultivating. We call plowing breaking. If I'm breaking ground, it means I'm plowing. If I say I'm plowing, it means I'm cultivating. Confusing, I know, but that's the terminology we use here. Eric, I thought I saw your tractors in a video. You got a little utility tractor, is that right? Well, preacher, you call me on the phone. I'll tell you they ain't need nothing. I hate mine too, 3. See, I don't use words everybody else uses. And if I mess up and throw one of them out there, it'll correct it to anything. It ain't gonna have it, Well, pet away, I'm gonna try to do some. Yeah, I thought you did. They ain't bad little tractors, Eric. They're just a straight up utility tractor. They're hard to tend a garden with because they don't have the ground clearance. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is the difference between a utility tractor and a row crop tractor and a cultivating tractor. Um, there's different tractors for different jobs, and some of them just won't do all of them. It's like a 140. Somebody asked me about a 140. Um, it was Jim asked me about a 140. A 140 will do anything. It'll do stuff other tractors won't because it's got a mid lift. But it sucks bush hogging. You got to use an overrunning clutch. A 4-foot one will put it in a bind. It just takes all day. You got to mow in first gear. Uh, what's that there? B having? Anyway, I appreciate that, but I can't read your name. It's in lighter lettering and behaving. Behaving, I got you. But it'll do anything, you just ain't gonna do it fast. Like a 35 is a great utility tractor, discing tractor, bush hogging tractor, but it's not the best in the world at cultivating because it don't have enough ground clearance. You got to lay your crop by a little too early.
Only sell fat hogs.
Yeah, we're getting to that. We're going to sell feeders and top. Well, we're going to sell breeding stock and tops. I think is what we're going to start on. And something we did, I bought a skid steer loader. We have honeybees.
Oh. What kind of got to be behaving?
Well, I think that's probably about all with a pull preacher. Is a 4-foot. My 31st won't put with a 4-foot. And to be honest with you, I put a 4-foot with a 35 because one, the distance in the picture tonight is too big. My 35 will pull it. It'll pull it all the way in the ground, but it's too heavy for it and it pitched front end off the ground. Oh, yeah, something. Peter Way said they're building a 76 30C.
Mm-hmm.
They had to put a set of points in mine though. They was like my dumb butt with the key on. I turned the key and bumped the starter to see which way the PTO turned because I couldn't remember. Right, it was crazy. After the key back off, burnt the points up in it. Yay. And I went to the parts store, called in, told them to bring me a set of points, because somehow I didn't have any. Supposed to keep them in stock. 2 sets, 1 set in the truck, 1 set in the shop. In the cabinet, none. I ain't got a single set. And they don't have the ones they usually get. They got the ones that cost $48.
Brett, you talking about Brett and Cindy? Brett?
Yeah, they're up here. It's the Swafford Homestead.
Oh, Swafford. Okay.
Yeah. There they are right there, Swafford
Yeah.
Homestead. That's Brett and Cindy. They changed their name.
Trying to get Cindy straight. Is she okay?
What you ought to do, preacher, just come up and say, I'm about half crippled. Still ain't supposed to be working. And I found out I can't weld, boys and girls. Found out I can't weld. I can weld.
Yeah, he's regretted
I
it
can.
all week. Every day this week he has regretted it.
When that doctor said, it'll kill you if you do it.
Well, he's not dead, but he's not happy about it either.
Oh, I weld, preacher. They'll shut this thing off in my chest. So the whole time I'm welding, my heart ain't beating. So I got to weld fast. But then I feel like my heart quit when I get through. It sucks.
Yeah.
Well, Amber, I'm a welder by trade. I'm supposed to be one of the best rigs around here. Now I can't do it, and that just bothers me.
I come home from work, he's like, I feel bad. I'm like, why do you feel bad? I welded today.
I welded all day is what I done.
And I'm like, where do you feel bad? Everywhere? Yeah. It didn't just, one little thing. He felt bad.
My feet swelled up and everything else.
Yeah, he had a couple bad days because he welded.
I welded for 3 days in a row.
Well, he had a couple bad days after that. It took a couple days after he stopped welding to get back where he could get.
I built the thing for that new grinder yesterday. Remember?
So I thought you got,
He can't even weld. He said he could weld. He can't weld and suit me.
okay,
If you got the
he
grinder,
welded more than I thought he had welded. And no wonder he felt so bad.
let me explain something to you. I don't grind welds. I take great pride in the fact that I don't have to grind welds off before I paint them. That I can weld
Exactly, Geeky. That's why Brett said putting your heart and soul into your welding. Helen. Hey. Hold on just a minute. Mac, he said he was your girlfriend. You got an awful manly sounding girlfriend.
Best house I do, best welding. No, it don't, Brent. No, it don't. Well, copper kettle, if you got just a little bit of land, you can get some. I'll tell you exactly how to do it. My cousin's on the phone with my wife, and he may very well be intoxicated.
Well, he wants you to call him back. It's important after the live. But he's used somebody's phone that was a girl's number. He said, "This is Chris's girlfriend. That's the manliest sounding girl I ever heard in my life."
Well, I ain't crazy enough to give my girlfriend your phone, man.
Right? Easy now.
Well, preacher, you can cut it and bale it with the one you got. With the right hay baler, a sickle bar mower. I try not to, Swafford. I learned a long time ago. But I'm a professional welder. I learned a long time ago that the further you weld, where you don't have to do any grinding, yeah, makes it a whole lot easier on the end of the day.
There's old red tractor.
Oh, where's old red tractor's at?
Yep, he said he's a little late, but he's here.
Hey, old red.
And Mario.
I got to call my cousin back, y'all. Bear with me just a second. Y'all ain't keep me filled in on the comments.
If I can catch up on the comments. Apparently I missed a bunch. Yes, he thought he was going to play a practical joke on me. But as soon as I heard his voice, I knew exactly who it was.
Well, ain't nobody else sounds like.
Oh, that's for sure. Distinct voice. Gorilla Glue. That sounds like my welding. Yeah.
JB don't count.
No, he said Gorilla Glue. Even better. Well, smoldering would be like mini welding, wouldn't it? Same principle, you would think. Let's keep up with the comments. I can read them better on my phone. Yeah, that's one of Chris's pet peeves, black sheep, is that they'll Google what they think they have and then they'll tell you it's not what it is. When, the smoldering is a little tiny thing like you would do for wires and maybe jewelry. Uh, so it's kind of the same technical, same principle. Yeah, same principle. To see him do it, he makes it look easy, except for the whole sparks going everywhere and it doesn't phase him. Me, I'm standing there going, scared I'm gonna get hit with some hot spark. And it has a couple of times. So, I don't know if I'm brave enough to do it. I would have to have one of those suits, and I wouldn't be able to bend my arms. You know, like the kids you send out in the snowstorms in the big suits that they can't bend their arms. That's kind of welding suit I'd have to have. And then a great big, my face mask would have to be like 3 times too big, because I'd be scared to death I'd get burned. I don't face him. Sparks be flying all over everywhere. He don't care. He's used to it. Yep, circuit boards. That would be perfect for soldering. You use a soldering iron instead of a welder. Yep. In soldering, you're basically melting metal. You're adding, like you have to. I may be saying this wrong, but that's what I've seen is you take the little wire and you melt that wire and drip into your spot, right? So would that be like stick welding? Because he doesn't do stick welding. He does the other kind of welding. Yep, fried computer chips. I bet I'd fry everything. I'd burn it up. Warren, did you retire from the Navy? That's what else. You have to make them stick together. Well, we need you now, Brett Swafford, repairing circuit boards for cars. Apparently, that's what's holding up all the cars is circuits.
I don't need no new car. What am I gonna do with a new car?
Computer software, circuits, and stuff.
What all did I miss?
Oh, they were talking about soldering versus welding. Soldering is, the little mini welding.
Well, would you believe that I can weld, I can braze, I can do anything I want to do except solder copper pipe. My copper pipe solder success rate is about 50%.
He's been talking to,
Okay, as long as everybody was entertained.
Chickens.
I had to talk to Mac. He's gonna come tomorrow and take that tree down over the hog end.
You sure he's gonna come?
Maybe. He said he was.
He's in a really good mood tonight, huh?
He loves me. And I love him, especially when he comes to take the tree down. I'll be his best friend. And let him have my pudding cup at lunchtime.
No, he won't. He likes pudding. Depends on what kind it is.
It's tapioca as he is. Let's chop it. We might have to renegotiate.
There you go. That sounds like
But hopefully we'll have some full-blooded Durocs in the rest of the month. We got the big one at the fair here.
Yep. 3. Very, 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 very expensive pig too. They spend a lot of money on this.
Well, see, I got it's the other way around with me, Black Sheep. I tell you, I'll be honest with you about something. My uncle was a plumber, really good plumber. And all I had to do was mention that I needed something done, plumbing wise, and he couldn't do it. He's kind of like me. He would just go right on and do it for me. You know, he had the van with all the stuff on it. You know, he didn't work on his truck, and I didn't do no plumbing. And he didn't do no welding, you know. And I just never learned. I watched him do it. And he even tried to show me a couple times, but I just didn't bother to learn. It's not something I've done enough to be good at, and I can't do it. But what hacked me, the other year we need a new hot water heater. And the plumbing in this house is all copper, and it's an odd size. It's the size bigger, everything's one size bigger than it was supposed to be. So I searched the world over and found some unions. Took the hot water heater out, had to cut the pipe to it. Sanded it up, because I can be a plumber's helper. Sanded it all up, put the unions on it, went to call the plumbers. Called the plumber, said, look, it's sanded, it's set up, all you got to do is stop up here and brace it, or solder it. Alright. I come back, and he had put this push lock mess on it, hadn't bothered to solder nothing. And, Chippendale dancer.
Don't.
Shark bites. Yeah, that's right, Andy. I was like, man, why in the world didn't you just solder it? I went and slammed it at the hardware store in such and such town. And the man had to go in the back and find them. And he said, I don't know how to solder copper. You know, that was before my time. And I was like, come on now. Well, Black Sheep, listen, you got to let the solder run to the heat. I understand the concept, but and I can do it. Occasionally I'll get it right. It's about 50%. And, you know, 50% don't work when it's going to be water in your house. I don't know, preacher. I got one of them pests crimping tools. But you know, sometimes I tell myself that I just can't be good at everything. If I was good at everything, I'd be so arrogant you couldn't do nothing with me. Thank you, Copper Kettle. Oh, well, I stick well, Black Sheep. In fact, I was good and grown before I ever picked up a MIG welder. I learned how to stick and TIG first. You know, I heard something the other day about that saying, Black Sheep. They said, what kind of looks you give me? I had to go back and watch the video to see it, Trash. The whole saying there is a jack of all trades is master of none, but it's still better than the master of one. I don't know where I saw that at.
Jack does?
Well, Jack was a heck of a guy. You know, Jack did anything in the world. In fact, I wouldn't mind having that sack he had myself.
Thank you, red tractor.
What happened? I think he looked at me hateful or something, didn't
No, not hateful. I just,
he? Yeah, that's right, Amber. That's exactly right. I thought I was wrong once.
Yeah, there you go.
The only thing I ever was wrong about was I thought I was wrong once.
Yep.
That's by a cowboy talking about being in a hurry. He tried it one time. He didn't like it. I told him one day we need to hurry up. He said, I don't do that. I said, what do you mean? He said, I don't get in a hurry. I tried it one time. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Y'all got to know Cowboy. He is the, he got that name for a reason. Sweetest guy you ever met, but he's always going to be dressed up full cowboy dress.
Down to the roses on the shirt and the spurs.
The snap button shirt, the roses.
But he's had to ride his horse to work now. He ain't
just
putting
on his boots.
Oh, she does that. Red tractors don't pay no mind. He used to make me mad. What was he said about being divorced? He had the best saying about being divorced I'd ever heard in my life. Him and his wife broke up. And, well, I appreciate that, preacher. I don't know if I'm that good or not. But him and his wife broke up. He wouldn't divorce her. It's because he's a really religious man. He don't believe in divorces. So he wouldn't divorce her. So they live in separate houses and all this stuff. And he raised the kids, and she went and done her own thing. One day I asked him, I said, Cowboy, I said, why don't you divorce your wife? And he talks this old, real strong Eastern North Carolina Southern drawl. He leaned back in the truck seat, and he looked at me and said, well, if I was divorced, she could marry somebody else. And I can't think of nobody I hate that bad. And I got to fell out of the truck going 60 miles an hour down the highway. Because he was just as serious. And he meant it. I swear he meant it. She can marry somebody else. There ain't nobody I hate that bad. Well, Mike, I'm trying.
That's what it's talking about.
But I should have stuck with the Carolina Gold Pig Project. I should have started my own breed with these gold-colored pigs. I should have kept a board of some line breeding, but I hate line breeding. I know it's the only way you get your own breed, but I hate doing it, and I really can't afford to do it. I can't afford to raise pigs, and I got cub, you know. But I should have proceeded with my own breed, because they'd have basically been a Hereford. It was a different color, is what it would have been. But, you know, it would have been all Keechy cool, because we're in the tobacco country, gold leaf, you know, and I had those gold pigs. You know, black sheep, believe it or not, that old sow we got there that's 9 years old, had 16 last time, and I believe she raised 16. But I ain't saying that's normal or typical or that we did anything other than got lucky. But that's what happened. Max said he's bringing the dump truck to haul that thing off with too. Now I don't just stop.
What time is he supposed to come?
What time does it get dark?
7?
He'll be here about 5:45. In the morning.
No.
You know Max would go get her now, he'll be.
Easy now.
Well, Michael, most time mine lose one or two too. Raising the whole litter without losing one is probably 1 out of 5, maybe less than that. They usually, a lot of times they have one born dead. Yes, I have, preacher. I've never seen the point in them, but I have seen them. They kind of, You know, where a mule kind of gets the best attributes of a donkey and a horse, the hen is kind of backwards.
Did you see the F and P? They're getting a bred York.
Oh, no, I didn't.
They're getting a bred York next weekend.
Well, ain't
Steve
nothing wrong
and
with
I
that.
did, never had a York before, had Duroc, Camp, and Spot.
Yorkshire's are fine. My daddy had, they're a very popular confinement breed. They're an old breed too. There ain't nothing wrong with them. The only trouble we have with them is it's hard to sell them here because we're in hog farm, commercial hog farm country. And if anybody sees Yorkshire, they assume it was stolen at the hog house blood, and they're hard to sell. Same as the Chester White.
What's she bred to? You said she's already bred. What was there for?
Yeah, a lot of my sows do better in the winter too. Anytime you put a heat lamp up and get the pigs to go to the heat lamp, you'll raise most of them. Because they're going to get under that lamp behind that pig board, she can't lay on them.
Aaron Warren.
Hey, Aaron.
I don't know if they've commented before.
They'll be pretty decent pigs, but don't be surprised if a lot of them are solid black. I think black's dominant. I've actually seen that cross before, burnt to a York. And I think a lot of them are solid black, but they'll be pretty eared if that's what you're after.
Yeah, they dig bad. Ours are digging bad.
What are you talking about?
She said that hers, Amber said that theirs dug under the board but hadn't smashed anybody.
Hey, Gordon.
Gordon, how's it going over there?
Yeah, we are too, Amber. Ours ain't digging out, they're just digging holes.
Yeah, they do.
Especially that new pig, she's trying to dig to China.
And our little ones that are the kind of middle ones, they've learned how to dig.
Well, I don't know how to fluff nothing up, Aaron.
They hadn't been digging up until like this past couple of weeks, and now they're starting to dig big holes, like to China.
The only one I seen digging is that show pig.
No, the little ones down there are starting to dig. I noticed today.
Oh, that's because they're feeding them that soap, and the juice is soaking in the ground under the feed trough.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
And they're after that juice. You got to become one with the pig. You got to think like the pig thinks.
Alcoholic pig.
You got to anticipate the moves.
Did he ever tell y'all about me getting the pigs drunk?
We did a video on it.
That soaked corn, it'll ferment, and it gets, I don't know, does it have that alcohol content?
12%. 12% is as strong as it'll get before the alcohol kills the yeast that's making it. Most of the time we have trouble with something hurting pigs, it's dogs, Amber. You can get a pit bull jump the fence, cause a problem now. If the sow's in there with him, she might kill him. But, black sheep, if you were getting spots, you probably had a little something else in there somewhere.
Kincaid said he has 5.62 a bushel.
Yeah, $5.62.
Bean meal $7.50 a ton.
Oh yeah, I know Michael. I know Michael.
Yeah, it started.
I used to work for the same outfit as building them. Well, if you got LGDs, they're probably fine, man. But we do have trouble with them killing stuff too. Just cause it's a great Pyrenees don't mean it ain't gonna worry sheep or worry goats.
Well, you just have to start them off young.
Yes, preacher, we grow field ants weekend. Yeah, Michael, our feed here, bought feed is $12.50 a bag now. $13.
50
Pig starter,
pounds. 50 pounds.
50 pounds. Pig starter's $14 a bag. And we were talking about the little grinder. I'm gonna do another video. I built a stand for it yesterday and put a switch on it. And the one advantage to it is it'll fit in the barrel. You can set it on top of the barrel and grind right straight into the barrel. But it's still about 300 pound hour, which if my baseline won't set it twice that, we grow decal there. You done good, F&P. That's what we breed for, is the, what they call a red hemp. No, what I plant's not there. I wish I could get around that red sweet corn. I can't though. They don't sell it around here. Preacher said he had a pound of it, or could get some. I tried my best to trade him a pound. Or some old Silver Queen or something for it. Yes, it will. It would make flour. It'd make straight up cornmeal and flour. I tried not to buy nothing online there. And the truth is, I could spray the middles with a hooded sprayer. I was joking if it put, well, really I ain't joking. I kind of do want some. I want to try some one year. I want some Roundup Ready Bodacious sweet corn. They make it. It's like $29 a pound or $40 a pound. I don't plant with a pound anyway. But I can spray the middles with some post. Do the same thing. See, I can't lay it by late enough. I had to lay mine by early because I'm using Ferguson tractor instead of a one-row farm off. And what happens is the grass kind of takes it. Well, good. And you ain't making any money, Gordon? Well, Swafford, that little, which I see them for $90, but look at that review I did on that little blue meal. It would make cornmeal fine flour. Just don't tighten it up to the plates yet. I think you could do that to earn it. But I had it tight enough the other day. It was making rye flour. I just wanted to see what it would do. I don't know how to do that, preacher. No, you ain't got to sign any papers there. Well, okay. You have to sign something that you won't sell, that you won't save or sell seed. Because the most time the Roundup Ready stuff is a property, the intellectual property of Monsanto, so you can't save seed. You do have to sign a paper for that. And they will bust you if you do it, especially with soybeans. We don't even have it here, Black Sheep. If we have it here, you got to pay like $18 a bale for it at the feed mill. But nobody grows it. That's about right, Michael. Preacher, that's about right. But most people around here we don't get too involved with them. We can help it. We can't make no money farming no way. But anyway, I found that meal for said $91. But I didn't check the shipping. See, what we found out the other day, they were all around $200. One might say it was $150 with $80 shipping. And, you know, anyway, you're going to pay the same thing for it. And we found some good meals I'd have loved to have. All right, Mike, we fixing to get off here anyway. But anyway, you were going to pay $200 for it. Like I said, they came in several different colors. They came in several different powers, they said. and they're all the same. When they, you know, when you really investigate it, they're all the same. Good gracious. We don't burn. Well, people in our neighborhood don't burn coal, Gordon. No, I haven't, Eric. I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you. But we don't grow alfalfa here. I don't think we can grow alfalfa here. It makes too hot. But it's about time for us to get off here. Keep me posted what's going on. I got to walk around a little bit.
Hey, it's Halloween candy time.
Yeah. I cut my foot off because we had to have a bag of Halloween candy. So it's only nobody but you.
I bought you sugar-free candy.
Yeah, you know what? That ain't Mr. Good part of it. You know, I had no willpower whatsoever.
A little bitty candy bars, about this big. But I did buy him sugar-free candy. So he wouldn't eat all the Halloween candy. That's it. You're one piece.
You keeping up with the comments on?
White corn had a lot of ears, 12 inches long with 2 ears. Smoke, and then Gordon said smoky fuel ban here. It's also smokeless now. It costs crazy money. Then we've got a link to Geeky says McGlee Homestead Adventures and gave a link for Eric. And then Eric says Swafford Homestead, that's who I got the seeds from when they came up, when it came up.
Who did what now?
Apparently, Eric, did you say you got them for Swafford Homestead, or you got them from the link that Geeky set up?
Whoa, yeah.
Gordon said they have been a big ban on all fossil fuels, including peat.
Pete! They you get ban Pete in Ireland. That's not.
They have. Black Sheep said they're going to ban small gas engines here in California coming real soon.
Yeah, I heard that. Is that banned by if you already got one, you can't use it, or is that you can't buy another?
They said they're fixing to move somewhere else. The preacher said that who can tell me the process for field corn?
Me?
Swafford McGee was passing out the seeds. Andy B.
Preacher, listen up.
Said y'all have a good night. 5 a.m. comes quick. Good night, Andy. He got them from McGee. Michael McGee. Gordon says peat's what they call turf. Yeah, I haven't figured that. That's key.
Preacher, I think you had to grow sweet corn. I mean, field corn ain't no problem.
I'm listening. That's what it says. I'm listening. Okay.
You get your corn planter. When you plant it in 30, 38, or 46 inch rows, every 8 inches. You put a little bit of whatever kind of starter fertilizer you want, 888, and you come back side dress it with nitrogen. You want to chop it or spray it or something, because the grass is going to take it.
Yeah.
Just whatever century you want to live in. And if y'all got stink bugs yet, you're going to have to do something about stink bugs you won't make it here.
Yeah. He sprayed ours, what, every few days?
Stink bugs destroy it. And there ain't no organic answer.
And we have them bad.
What did Tommy say?
Corn from Guatemala as well. Yep, we got stick bugs I'm talking about.
I don't know what was, remember? Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't live in California.
By chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, maybe even log splitters, it'll be illegal. I think you're okay if you already own them but can't resell.
That's what I was thinking. And somebody told me they wouldn't sell their parts for me.
Coming as soon as 2024. Geeky said that this is the first year he's seen stink bugs in a long time. Well, they've worked their way south. They've multiplied enough that we don't miss any of them. We're not missing any. They just sit their kin down. They sit their
Okay, the
cousins.
stink bugs you're having now aren't North American stink bugs. They're Asian stink bugs. They're an invasive species, and that's why they're so bad.
That's how it is here, Swafford. Swafford says you can scoop them up by the handful. Black
They're
sheep
not as
said,
dangerous as stink bugs. That means none of our plants have a resistance to them.
Black Sheep said that everything's going electric.
And I'm still doing everything but a 53-mile trailer.
Preacher said that he's noticed that a Cub Cadet has come out with a whole electric line of mowers. Warren said he'd escape California if he can. I'm escaping Washington soon. Arctic says that stink bugs are really bad this year there as well. Eric.
Well, they're new. They're imported. They're about coyotes and groundhogs. They're the devil. There's horns and all.
Did I tell you about the groundhog everybody at school the other day? He was standing out in the middle of the road, and I stopped. Because at first I thought he was on all fours, and I thought it was a big fat cat. And then he stood up on his hind legs, and he looked at my car. Like, what are you doing? And he just stood there and stared at my car, and then got back down on all fours and walked off.
Grandma said they won't too bad if you cook them right.
No, I was not cooking him, and I won't run over him either. No, I don't want to eat groundhog. But it was kind of neat that he stood up on all fours and checked out my car like, hey,
She said you could find that hole they live in, you know.
That's okay.
And are you keeping track of the comments? And she's probably keeping track of comments. She's playing the game. But she said you could get in front of that hole they live in with a stick. And if you whistle just right, the old boy groundhog will stick his head out. You can knock him in the head and eat.
Well, Geeky wants to know if he can teach the invasive lizards to eat stink bugs. If he could do that, we'd be set. Because we got lizards here bad too. They're not very big. They're about
They're native, I think. I think they're North Carolina.
They still don't eat stink bugs.
Nothing eats stink bugs, I don't think.
Swaffer said that Eric, his Guatemalas did good this year. I guess Guatemalan corn seeds. Preacher thought that was funny for Geeky. Gordon said we're living in strange times, all about money, who explore it to get the more of it. Yeah, Preacher's like, you can eat groundhogs. Or, no, can you eat groundhogs? Yeah,
My grandmama says good.
Um,
She swore back in the Depression they lived on.
Black Sheep is wanting to move to the Oregon
In fact, I think that might be why she married my granddaddy and moved out here. She didn't eat them.
Gordon said all decency has left society the way he sees it.
Well, see, it's still 1955 here.
Preacher said it can't be much different than a squirrel. A big fat squirrel.
I've heard it tastes better than squirrel.
Swafford ate some of that Guatemalan corn when it fell. It tastes pretty good for sweet corn. I was surprised. That's what Eric said. Black Sheep said that he's Mexican American and his wife's Scandinavian. Warren said I wouldn't. West Coast follows the California's bad ideas for laws. Oregon would be right in the middle, so yeah. Swafford says you need a lot of things, preacher.
It depends on how hungry you are.
Yeah. Amber says good night. Good night, Amber.
We're getting off here this minute anyway.
Black Sheep says
Glad
you're
to see
100, Warren. Preacher says yes, Brett. And Geeky says he'll be most anything that doesn't eat him first.
We're in East North Carolina. If it's got feet or fins, it's a fair game.
No. I done told you I ain't eat no goat. I don't have any ever eat sheep. No squirrel, rabbit, groundhog, guinea pig, none of that.
They eat squirrel, didn't they eat?
No, I didn't.
You remember that Brunswick stew you came?
That was not that Brunswick stew.
I'm pretty sure it
I
was.
made that Brunswick stew. I knew
don't
it.
think you
You know.
did. I don't think you ever put that in.
I made that one.
Open the can, ain't bacon.
You're talking about the one before that, when he had the boys over here. Nope, no squirrel. Y'all have a great weekend. Preacher, you can, I don't want to eat no squirrel, and I ain't crazy about eating rabbit. I might try some sheep. Don't really think I want a goat. Heard it was a little stringy anyway. Good night, everybody. Y'all have a great weekend. Thank you so much for coming.
It's amazing how much more edible a rat looks just by putting a bushy tail on it.
So, he's saying that if you're eating squirrel, you're basically eating a rat with a bushy tail.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But you gotta admit, the squirrel is a lot more appetizing walking around with a bushy tail than a rat, I know. When I was a little boy, if I killed one, he got killed right then.
I'm not going to eat any squirrel.
They won't ask.
I said, I'm not going to eat any squirrel or rat.
They eat you if they got a chance. Turn about square play.
Well, you know, those pigs out there would eat you if they got a chance.
Yeah, that's why we eat them. That's why I don't even feel bad.
They would definitely eat you if they got a chance.
I think some of them actively fly.
That's possible. Yep, that's possible.
You want now?
I said, that's possible. Alright, everybody saying good night, good night.
Good night, everybody.
Brett did say tree rat.
Yep. That's what we call it.
Black Sheep says thanks, Homestead and Hardway, for all that you do for the community.
Thank you for watching, Black Sheep.
Or to take care, good night from Ireland, take care everyone.
If I want a virgin to leave at home, I might go see everybody one day. Y'all don't like to see
Good night, Dorothy. Allergic to leaving home. Y'all hear that? So y'all ain't gonna get visited. He said the only way he'd visit if he wasn't allergic to leaving home. One of these days you're gonna have to have a booth at one of the homestead and conventions.
I ain't got to. That's why we on YouTube.
They come to see you, to meet you in person. You know, I met that Chris from Homestead and the Hardway in person.
Yeah,
He's
people
such a
pull up
nice
here and do
guy.
that.
Well, you're supposed to do it at conventions too.
There was somebody on Facebook on them small homesteader things talking about it freaked them out. Somebody came up to them at the grocery store. What in the world would he do when he started pulling up in the driveway?
Oh yeah, Lord. They freak me out sometimes. Hey, you, is this Homestead and the Hardway place? Chris? Yeah, that's happened more than once.
What tickles me when you just made a video saying they pull up, they don't act like they know who you are, don't know where I'm at. That's what tickles me. Like, what in the world? You seen her before.
There's a convention in Mount Airy. Mount Airy, I always wanted to see Mayberry. This week.
No.
Uh,
No.
uh,
No. Mount Airy, you know how far away Mount Airy is?
Yeah, about 3.5 miles, 3.5 hours, yeah.
Hours.
Well,
It's more than 3.5.
no, because When we went to see the baby, it was 4, so we passed the sign that says Mount Airy.
Yeah, there's a sign over yonder that says Newbern too.
No, I mean, this was like entering
In
the
fact,
town
I'll
hall.
tell you one better than that. There's one right over yonder that says Raleigh.
Seriously, we passed it, so it was about 3.5 hours.
The Mount Airy.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Mount Airy in North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Far western part of the state, Mount Airy.
Uh-huh. I told you we were in the mountains when we went to see the baby.
Well, you didn't go 4 hours. 4 hours won't get you to the mountains.
We were in the start of the mountains.
Yeah, oh. Did you close your drive off? We're still alive.
We're still on.
Well, everybody, I really appreciate everybody being in here. I really do.
Warren
thank
said
y'all for
he don't
coming.
know if it's over or not, but there was one.
What's that now?
I said Warren said he didn't know if it was over yet or not, so there was one.
We're going to say it's over with, Warren.
I knew he didn't want to go.
It ain't that I don't want to go. That's just entirely too far away from home. I have a rule. Not to be any further away from home than I walk back and half a day. Well, sign off. Everybody stay talking amongst themselves and everything. Just try to go to bed. I'll be here crack of dawn and won't take that
3
tree.
hours and 18 minutes.
I don't believe that for 1 minute. And a jet, maybe.
Bye, y'all. Good night.